tonight our community is in mourning after a Columbia County deputy is killed in the line of duty and another is seriously injured. This after a man opened fire on them on I-20.
Deputy Brandon Sykes was killed and Deputy Gavin White was shot in the face. Their sacrifices tonight being honored not only across the state but across the country.
This is the suspect, James Montgomery. Deputies were serving him a protective order Saturday night along I-20. Officials say Montgomery appeared to be cooperating, but when deputies turned their backs, Montgomery fired a weapon that had been modified to shoot fully automatic. The return fire from deputies is believed to be what killed Montgomery. For the next several hours, authorities worked to clear Montgomery's RV, which they say was rigged as one giant explosive. There were 4 propane tanks underneath the RV, along with several bombs inside and one that had a remote switch.
And new tonight, 12 on Your Side Investigates has new information on what law enforcement knew about Montgomery before all of this went down. Sources tell us an internal alert went out about Montgomery to local law enforcement agencies the day before the shooting. That was on April 25th. We're not going to show you what was sent out, but we will share what it said. Now, the headline of that bulletin was for officer safety. Quoting the bulletin here, this is being disseminated to enhance officer safety and situational awareness regarding a subject believed to be crafting pipe bombs and conducting other illegal activities. James Blake Montgomery is reported to be manufacturing pipe bombs and selling steroids and suppressors via mail. According to a source, Montgomery is always armed with an automatic AR-15 and handguns. Now, sources have indicated Montgomery has made threats to law enforcement. Montgomery is a diagnosed bipolar, paranoid, schizophrenic, and has been off of his medications for some time. Montgomery is staying in a motorhome, which he is frequently relocating. He was last known to have moved to the motorhome to Elijah Clark State Park in Lincoln County. Traffic cameras have revealed frequent travel between Pollard's Corner and the Lincoln County line. Law enforcement personnel are advised to not approach Montgomery alone, and he is likely in possession of an automatic AR-15, handguns, and possibly pipe bombs. So what I just read was sent out to law enforcement the day before that shooting, and this is just one piece to a much larger timeline that we're putting together. In fact, senior investigative reporter Liz Owens uncovered Montgomery's wife filed for an order to protect herself from her husband back on the 15th. Now, Liz Owens is here with us now. Liz, you've been going through all of these court records, put together what you have so far.
Well, we don't normally report on divorce cases, but we felt the filing showed, they actually shed some light on all of this. The warning signs were documented and on file with the courts weeks before deputies attempted to serve him on Saturday.
James Montgomery's estranged wife filed for divorce on December 31st, but deputies never did find him to serve him with the paperwork. And in March, a judge threatened to dismiss the divorce complaint because of missing paperwork. He gave them until April 21st to get everything turned over, or else he would dismiss the case. A week before the deadline, Montgomery's estranged wife filed for a temporary order of protection. In it, she states, he is threatened that if police ever show up on our doorstep, what makes me think I would still be around? What makes me think he would allow me to stay on this earth? A week later, she went back to the clerk's office. She amends her petition to include alleged messages that imply he may burn her home and that he stated she would be on the news and that the entire country would hear this story. She also writes that he messaged a family member that his wife is trying to have a death do us part divorce and that he had nothing left to live for and nothing stopping him from becoming the animal he had been trying to suppress. She warns he owns firearms and previously threatened to use them. She adds, James also sent a screenshot to his mother showing he was tracking my location. She ends with, James has sent threatening and harassing messages after being asked numerous times to stop contacting or threatening me. This has occurred continuously over the past 5 months following my filing for divorce. 2 days later, on April 24th, a judge signs the amended petition for temporary protective order. The next day, a memo went out to local law enforcement warning them of Montgomery's potentially dangerous behavior. And on April 26th, deputies spot his vehicle and attempt to serve him.
In that protective order signed by the judge 2 days before he opened fire on deputies, it says he was not supposed to have any guns and was supposed to turn them over to Columbia County deputies.